Hello and welcome to Wasted Opinions. Today we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, the very first one.
Very topical.
Yeah, I know we're 5-6 years behind, but
perfect time to catch up during.
Yeah, we're just trying to move through the MCU universe.
COVID.
And COVID is slowing us down. Yeah.
COVID.
COVID. Both sad. But yeah, today we're talking about the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. How much we loved it, how much we hated it. If we did hate it, who knows? First of all, we're going to introduce ourselves. To the far right, we have
MussKeg, Team Stark, MussKeg.
Dance your cares away. Worries for another day.
Nice.
I'm LewisLightning.
Welcome to the show. I'm CountryBoy. And like I said, we're talking about, we're going to do a review, actually, of the first Guardians of the Galaxy. We've done Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when it was more recent,
yeah,
back in the day. So now we're going to come back and we're kind of doing things in order. So
yeah,
bear with us. We are going to talk about this movie now.
Let's do it.
This movie kind of came out of nowhere, I'd say, right?
This movie existed.
Nobody expected this movie to be as good as it was.
Well, I didn't even know they were cartoon characters in the Marvel universe.
They're not.
They weren't really.
They're not the ones that you would expect, like your Avengers. Like everybody kind of knows those characters, and Spider-Man.
I mean,
and then.
I still haven't seen any comic book stuff for this, for them. I've
looked it up because of these movies, but yeah, I knew nothing about these characters, and I was like, I like my sci-fi, I like my space stuff, and we should probably do our shots.
Good idea. There's more to this whiskey shot than there was of the.
Than of the delicious stuff. Yeah, you're right. Anywho. Set in outer space, we got Chris Pratt, who was never a main actor. He was in Parks and Recreation. He was kind of the chubbier
Kudos
guy
to the casting on that.
Breakout role.
It was. Like, he's been in so many things since this movie because of this movie.
Yeah.
But he did an amazing job. He got in good shape for it, and there's actually some really good casting in this movie. There's Dave Bautista.
That was a casting that I hated because I'm like, I hate wrestlers acting. And man, he just nailed it.
He fit the role, man. He fit the role so well.
Such a good job. I mean, he honestly is the most funny out of the Guardians.
God, I think he might.
Especially more so in the second one, which we'll get to later. But the second one, which I thought he was a bit more funny even in that one.
And
nothing goes.
What the hell's her name? Gamora.
My reflexes are too quick.
What's her name?
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana plays Gamora. She's been in other stuff like Star Trek.
What was more important for her career, Avatar or Guardians?
I think Avatar probably because it's a multi-billion-dollar movie.
You know what? I would say Guardians, just because like Avatar, I'm like, okay, I saw her, I'm done. To me, she was like that Sam Worthington. Is that the main actor from that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, he did that, and then
after Clash of the Titans,
but nothing that really kept.
Man on a ledge.
Yeah.
Like she came out, she went and did like Guardians of the Galaxy,
the second
Star Trek,
She's done
lots more. So yeah, and whatever.
Okay,
moving on.
Yeah. Anyway, Gamora. Yeah, we got Zoe Saldana.
We got
Rocket.
Bradley Cooper. Unknown as Rocket. Like,
not unknown, but
I mean, no. I mean, like you would not know that was. Bradley
you wouldn't expect
Cooper.
him to be Rocket.
You would not expect that. No, but how about this? You're watching that movie. You don't know the people. Do you know that Bradley Cooper's Rocket?
He doesn't sound like that
at all.
Totally.
At all.
It's some sort of like New York raccoon.
Yeah. It was like very good, Quill.
Nolan North doing Penguin in
kind of, yeah.
That you wouldn't
throws on an accent that you wouldn't know. Yeah. And then you got Vin Diesel as Groot, who does I am Groot in like many different times, many different tones.
Lee Pace is Ronan. Thanos getting like showing a bit more.
No one's touching my
predominantly in this. Pardon?
No one's touching my favorite.
Nebula?
Yeah.
Nebula's your favorite? Yeah, I do love Nebula.
Nebula's another one of those anti-heroes that has a great story, right? Yeah. It's the villain who's a villain, but only because you know, she
terrible backstory.
Terrible father story in that. I think my favorite part of this whole movie is the sequence when they're in prison and they're doing basically the sequence of prison.
Well, they're doing the plan to break out?
Yeah, and they escape.
Break out right then because Groot grabbed the fucking thing out of the...
I need that guy's leg. You know? That's actually
that's one of
my favorite cuts comedy cuts in any of the Marvel movies, not my favorite, but one of, is when he cuts to
Pratt.
Chris Pratt talking to the guy's like, you need my what?
Exactly. There's no reason.
And I didn't need it. I just wanted to know if you could get it.
Yeah.
But
So the thing is, this movie, it's
a kudos to its ability to stand without the back.
It's got brilliant music in the movie. All the songs kind of fit where they go.
Good use of it too.
That was something that they did that suddenly everyone else tried to do.
Yeah.
Like Suicide Squad.
So they tried.
Hey, let's do this.
Not to this exactly.
I would even say Captain Marvel kind of did it. They tried to get their
They did.
soundtrack to it.
But I gave James Gunn a lot of credit for directing this movie because he took an unknown property and he made it one of the best movies in the MCU. Like nobody knew these guys, but yet it's so successful and it is.
I think it really opened the bar for the comedy that you can get in Marvel movies. I mean, there was comedy in every single Marvel movie. I mean, you got Tony Stark as the lead in Iron Man, but this was the one where it really shifted heavily, if you ask me, to having a lot more comedy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I don't think anyone. We'll see if you guys argue with this, but like, it's Star Wars with 50% more comedy. Like
I wouldn't say 50%. I'd say even more than 50%. It's a space movie, space opera sort of movie.
Yeah.
But with lots of almost everything's got some sort of comedic beat to it. But there is also the more serious
part.
parts.
It doesn't have the lore to it that I would say Star Wars has, like unique.
You're
own universe. Lore,
but there is a seriousness to it too, though. Like even like with Rocket, like his backstory, like you don't know. Yeah. He gets pissed off whenever you call him a rodent or a raccoon or something because you don't know. Like,
that's one of the best things about making it comedic is when you make a movie that has a heavy emphasis on comedy, it really helps hammer in the serious points.
And every character has serious points to it. Like Gamora, she was torn from her family when she was a child to be Thanos' daughter.
Quill's mom dying?
I was gonna say
exactly.
To me,
right at the beginning, dying of cancer. That's
I was like, that's
super
so
serious.
sad. And the thing is, as a kid, he couldn't say goodbye. Because not only was he just a kid.
Well, yeah, he doesn't go up to her when she's like, go to your mom.
He ran away, but he never got that chance to come back because abducted.
Exactly.
And you were mentioning Rocket not liking being called a rodent, whatever. Yeah. But when they're in the prison getting like their whatever wash down, whatever, you see like all the shit that's been done on his back,
the scars and whatever.
Nothing's said. They don't bring it out, but you're like something. That's sad.
It's subtly shown.
Yeah. Like.
And even Drax, like the fact that his family was murdered and he wants.
He had more of his sad. He had his sad one more in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. But actually, to be perfectly honest, one of my favorite sad moments in Marvel movies was, not to jump too much ahead, and I'll mention it again, but when Drax and Mantis are sitting, looking at the pools, and he's talking about his family in 2. But and we're not even really talking about the fact that there's Michael, what's his name? Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
As
see, and I'm not even a big fan of Michael Rooker, but I did like his character. I do like his character.
Yeah.
I think I go back and
what's his name again?
Look at Cliffhanger.
Xandar.
Yondu.
Yeah. With a really cool...
That whistle that he does with the arrow?
Like, that's a cool superhero power / not a power.
It stands out so much more in the second one.
Yes.
Yeah.
But,
well, even here, when he takes out that whole legion of guys that are
on the ground.
Yeah. It was awesome. Yeah. That's not even in the comics. It's just bow and arrow in the comics.
Yeah.
Here, they made it like it's his own.
Yeah.
And it works so well.
It's a really cool idea. I wonder whose idea was that to have him whistle to move it.
I don't know.
Was that James Gunn or was that Michael Rooker?
Could be the writer. Who knows?
I know in the comics that he had some control over the arrow. I don't know if he whistled. I doubt it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's just a really cool idea.
There's plenty of other good things though, like for the cast as well. Glenn Close as like Nova Prime.
Totally.
John C. Reilly.
Yeah, like it's almost like why do they have these actors in these roles? They're such smaller roles.
I know I've seen the guy, but that other
Benicio del Toro as the collector.
I've totally
exactly.
Who was the guy that was the other Nova guy who kind of a dick?
It's the dude from.
I can never remember his name.
Yeah, he's in Shaun of the Dead. He's Shaun of the Dead.
English. I don't know.
He was great.
He was also in the Couples Retreat. He played the guy who ran Stanley with the C.
That movie was terrible.
Stanley with the C.
Nathan Fillion. I mean, who could forget?
Yeah. Is it that blue alien dude that he played?
Gets his nose ripped up.
Like, totally. How would you not know that was him?
No, it was, and it was. I think what the one thing that's nice about it, it came out and it was kind of a refresher, because it was like a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie style, but without the like the story that you knew.
Yeah.
This was I went into this one and I didn't know anything about
Blank slate.
Like,
Absolutely.
I know X-Men, I know Spider-Man, I know Iron Man, I did not know these, so it was the most new to me.
You know what? It was kind of like it had the sad part in the beginning when his mom was dying and he got abducted, and then it kind of cuts to him like doing the dance with him trying to get that relic. I was like, you know what, this is kind of cool. I like this. Is really grooving and then him like with that hooker girl that he was sleeping with, not hooker, that girl that he was sleeping with inside his spaceship. It's like, yeah, it's like a Jackson Pollock painting in here.
It's like, I'm sorry, whatever. My name's Bree.
It's like, man, there's actually so many levels to this.
Actually,
movie.
there was a lot of fun with when they first go to what's the place that Glenn Close is. The,
Nova Prime.
When they're there
Xandar,
trying to get the thing from him, and they're all of them are fighting together. How they all get captured and taken.
Yeah. I just like the just little things you wouldn't think of. Like when he was a kid, he had that whatever camp shirt he had on. But Barit, who you're mentioning, the hooker, she was wearing it.
Not hooker, I know, I said that incorrect.
If you're an alien and you have sex with a human,
but all
hooker,
that stuff kind of fits in. Like he used to listen to songs with his mom. Like they made playlists. That all it all comes together. Like nothing's wasted.
Yeah, it does a good job. It did a good job of introducing space to the Marvel movies a lot.
Yeah,
too,
and it had a little bit with Thor. But this really expanded on a lot.
It expanded your universe a lot by having them come into it. So,
do you guys have a favorite moment in the movie?
Absolutely, like prison break scene.
Prison break, yeah, that's a really good scene.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of different moments.
Dance off to save the world.
No, that's not my favorite. I like the part when like they're fending off Xandar from not Yondu. Ronan coming down, and like just seeing that cool fucking shield they put up.
They make,
But not only that, just like when they start dying, but they're devoted. Like that guy could have just fucking left.
Exactly, they're like slowly crushing to death.
He sits there and he keeps at it. I'm like, I was like, cool, but I mean, that stuck with me.
Admirable.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite part was probably We Are Groot. When he encapsulates the whole team.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, we are Groot. And then Rocket's like, you're going to die. Like, oh, man, not Groot. He's like the most innocent of everybody. Poor guy. And thankfully, he doesn't die.
Well, he does die.
And technically, I guess he kind of regrows.
They say
it's like a whole new group.
Without going too much into it, did you like this one or the second one more?
See, and I'm the kind. I think they're pretty equal for me.
Yeah, honestly. They're pretty close for me. Yeah.
Because I know the first one. I said they tried to top the first one a little bit. Or sorry, the second one they tried to top the first one. But I feel like there's a little more emotional stuff in the second one.
Yeah, so I like the second one a little bit more because of the emotionality that was introduced. It doesn't have as many fun scenes, but like the stuff between and again, I think I like the little one, second one a little bit more just because of the emotionality to it. Yeah. But.
I don't know. I don't know if I like it more or less, but
they're about even.
They're pretty even for me. Yeah, I it's hard to say. I don't know what you think.
I'm the exact opposite. I would say the first one, like to me, it's night and day.
That's not the exact opposite.
To me, it's night and day. That like Drax's portrayal in the first one, the second one's different completely. Like, when does he fight anyone in the second movie? The beginning fight, and that's it.
On the inside,
and that's it.
On the inside, or when he's like shooting that gun, he's like got that thing around him, and he's like hanging from behind the ship, and he's like shooting shit.
There's your answer. That's when.
Yeah, there's not much for me. There's not much emotional stuff in the second one. The biggest moments are like when Star-Lord figured out his mom was killed because he had to leave.
I thought the whole Gamora and the Nebula thing was really emotional.
It pans out more there.
Yeah.
You get Drax. I thought had more emotion in the second one too.
The seeds in the first one.
With this, anyways. But we're talking about the second one.
First one without that one even.
We already reviewed the second one. Don't ask us to do it again.
Being on the radar. So, if you guys had to make it a review, let's have something else to say. Sorry.
I was gonna say. Karen Gillian's super hot. I like her.
Oh, she is.
I don't know. Maybe that's
I liked her. I thought she was a little hotter than Jumanji.
Jumanji with her hair.
I mean,
doing the dance thing she does. Yeah.
Have you seen the second Jumanji?
Yeah.
I did.
I haven't.
I did, but it's kind of a waste.
Is it worth it?
It's basically the first one. Anyways, you guys have a review for this one?
Well, who's your favorite Guardian of the Galaxy? First off, too. One question.
It's probably Star-Lord.
Yeah, I was gonna say Star-Lord's still
I'd say
mine.
Star-Lord too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was
Okay, who's your second favorite then? Let's get some.
I'll go Rocket. Rocket.
Jesus.
No, Jesus isn't part of it.
Yeah, he's
Group.
yeah. I was gonna say.
It's part of the deleted
I'm
scenes.
going
man.
Drax. I'm going Drax.
I was gonna say Jesus. That's my second pick.
Drax.
Because I'm thinking about it.
Nobody's saying the
it's
Collector.
Rocket. He's not a Guardian.
the Guardian.
I know.
I would have said Nebula, but that's the second film.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, I think I'd stick with Drax though.
like Gamora is definitely like the straight man of the group. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, so is I would argue.
Drax.
No, I would try.
A Groot.
Gamora. Wait, Gamora. Sorry, yes, Gamora.
There's only one girl in the
Nebula and
group.
Gamora. I was getting mixed up. Gamora, you're right, is a straight person.
So for a review, what would you put it there?
I really
I'm gonna go last.
I can't remember.
Whatever you rated the
any of my
last
reviews.
one, but less.
What did I review?
I don't know. I don't fucking remember what you
I
said.
give this one an 8.4.
Okay. I'll say, and for me, I think it's equal with the last one, and I think I gave that an 8.3. So I'm gonna stay with the same.
Or I'll
love it.
also say whatever the second.
It's great. It's not without its faults. There are some faults. It's not perfect, but I do love the movie. It surprised me. It surprised me.
Because I know before Infinity War and Endgame, this and Winter Soldier were my top two.
Yeah.
And I had a hard time picking between the two of them. So I don't remember what I rated Winter Soldier. I'm just going to say 9.2.
Okay.
I like this one quite a lot.
And I knew that actually. So that's. What's funny because this is such a comedy-based one, and you
Total
hate
opposites.
Ragnarok.
But this is
Ragnarok's not funny.
the thing is, yeah,
That's
it's
my
not-
point.
The Ragnarok is like 2.5 men, is what I rate it as.
That is great.
That is my comparison.
Louis like, I love 2.5.
It's trying to be funny,
I hate
but
2.5
it's just
Men.
not.
That's the comedy badness.
That is what I rate Ragnarok.
All right, so we got an
So we'll get to that
8.4,
in
an
a
8.3, and
later
a
episode.
9.2.
All right, so yeah, here's our reviews. Hope you guys liked our
I
episode.
want to grab it.
Where can we find you on the far end there, sir?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, PSN as MussKeg. Wait, we have to hold hands when we do this.
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're holding this Power
Lou,
Stone.
where can you find you?
I'm on Twitch, as the LewisLightning.
And I'm on Twitch, Twitter, and PSN. That's CountryBoy_9.
Guardians of the Wasted Opinions, bitch.
And here comes the poof, the special.
I just wanted to keep holding hands.
I'm gonna say here comes the special effect where we turn to dust.
Yeah.
I thought I was holding the Power Stone.
I was holding it too.
I was holding it on my end.
I couldn't.
But you didn't do the proper release.